Hello everyone, this is Mubarak Ali Khan. I hope you're enjoying good health. Respected listeners, I am back with another exciting video. Today I am gonna take a mock test of this beautiful creation and let me see how he behaves. You see, it's gonna be about IELTS academic UKVI, and let me see, because you see, once you go for UKVI IELTS, they film it, they record it. Okay, so that's how we're doing it today as well. So let's see how it goes. So how are you?
I'm good today.
Thank you very much. So can we start the test officially?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
All right, it's gonna be for next 11 to 14 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, in that I would request you to speak louder so that you could be in the audio. It's gonna be
Okay.
for next 11 to 14 minutes.
Okay.
Part one, part two, part three. Part one is gonna be for your basic questions, for example, about you, about neighbors, about work, about job.
Okay.
Part two is going to be a long term. In that, I'll be giving you a cue card. You'll think about that for 1 minute. You may make your notes if you want, and you will speak on that for 2 minutes. And part three is based upon task two. Okay, in task two and task three are somehow assimilated. Based upon task two, I'll be asking some more discussion based questions from you. Are you good to go?
Yes.
How would you talk about yourself? Just introduce yourself to me.
Well, first of all, I'm very thankful to you to ask me to introduce myself. First of all, I tell you my name. My name is Usman Dad. You can call me. My first name it's Usman, and I live in Rawalpindi. And secondly, I done my inter in Commerce College, Rawalpindi, and now I want to. That's it. And I like to playing and interesting in business.
Right, very good. So, Usman, are you good to go? Can I start?
Yes.
Sure. Let's talk about communication.
Okay.
Okay, my first question from you: how do you usually contact your friends?
Well, in that time, I contact with my mobile and in social media. We have different apps like WhatsApp, and that will communicate me very easy and quick. That,
All right.
yes.
Okay. So, do you often make phone calls? Why or why not?
Yes, I often makes phone calls, but it's a little bit expensive. So that's why I prefer these apps because these are very cheap.
All right. All right. Great.
Yes.
In what ways do you use social media to communicate?
I used social media like it's a Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp because many all of the people in the world they have these apps, so that's why that is very easy to communicate with the peoples.
Right. So, do you ever write letters, or would you think about writing letters in the future?
No, I don't think so. These are the good things to write letters and your personal time to spend these long period things. I think I don't recommend to write the letters or email.
Fine. It calls for an end of part one. Moving on towards part two now.
Okay,
Okay, here you go with the cue card.
thank
You
you.
have a minute to think about it, and then you will speak on that for 2 minutes. And your time starts now.
Okay.
You may make your notes if you wish. 10 more seconds. Oh yes. Please start speaking.
Yes. First of all, I will tell about a conversation with a stranger. I talk with different stranger peoples, but one of the interesting person who live in our city. He was a charity organizer, and I met them in my college time, and in my college time, and he was a very good person. I don't realize these people in living in our country. They were helping to the other peoples, and met them or in event. Meet them as a volunteer in his event, because they were helping to the other peoples, and they make the organization in our school in 1920. It's a very long time period, because and we talk about our work, because I like to work as a volunteer in his organization.
Thank you very much, Usman. I got my idea about your Longton. Moving on towards part 3 now. Can I get my card back?
Okay, sure.
Alright, so what age group do you think has the best communication skills?
Well, in my personal experience, I will tell you the adult time period is a very good, because we are in the practical life, and we know very well to the other peoples. So the adult time is very good.
Okay, so in your opinion, has technology improved the way we communicate with each other?
Yes, in my personal experience, I will tell you, because yes, we can say that communication level is improving now and before the time. Now we have many social media experiments. We can clearly see that we can communicate with each other easily before the time and now.
Okay. Do you think we have lost any communication skills because of technology?
No, I don't think so, because in the previous era, we can clearly see that we don't have any communication levels. No, but right now we can see that we have different technologies to communicate with each other easily.
My last question from you, it calls for an end now. How do you think people will communicate in 20 years' time from now?
Well, we can see that because technology boosts every day and every month, and definitely in 10 years, we can clearly see that we improve our communication level.
Thank you very much for your time. That's all. So, Usman, how was it?
Well, it's a little bit nervous, but
Mhm.
right now I feel very comfortable, and
Okay.
yes,
I hope you understood most of my questions.
yes, I understood.
All right.
Yes.
What do you think? What was the major flaw in this interview?
Well, it's my introductory part that was very good for me.
Okay.
Yes.
All right then. To all of you who are listening, let me give my comments and feedback on it. If you are speaking like Usman, so what you would get, and if you want to speak better than Usman, so what you should do. So this is most important part of this interview now. First of all, Usman, I'm very glad that, as you said, it was the first time you were speaking in front of camera. You tried your best to
Yes.
be what you are, That was very good thing. You were in your character throughout, and the way you speak, that's your personal aura of the personality. So you were going well with that. When I come to some critical parts of it, firstly, you are not tense conscious. Okay. For example, when I ask a question in present tense, you are more going to some future tense sometimes. Sometimes you're going to the past tense. So my first tip for you would be, in whichsoever tense the question is being asked, answer in the same tense and try rephrasing the statement. Number one. Other than that, it was most into the second part, that was, do you often make phone calls? So you said phone calls are expensive, so that's why I use such applications. So the such applications was not mentioned basically, which applications do you use? Okay, for example, you're using WhatsApp or maybe Messenger or maybe ad hoc talk or whatever you were using. So you did not mention that. Inside your brain, maybe there was something, but I could not catch the words you had to use. Then I found a word peoples in capital, peoples,
Yes.
9 times, which is a very big blunder. First of all, repeating one word for 9 times throughout the interview was not a good move. And secondly, peoples is not a word. Okay, people itself is plural. So could have been avoided. You see, 9 times I was counting. Yes, people, not peoples. Yep. And then you said there are good things to write letter. There were a few times when I was asking questions from you and you deviated from the question. You made your own question, you answered your own question, and you were happy. I'm glad that you are fluent throughout. That's positive, that you tried your best to keep speaking and speaking and speaking. It is positive, but when it comes to the real crux of it, the real content of it, that was somehow missing.
Yes.
Okay, and I had a major problem with the subject verb agreement. For example, when you were putting the pronouns, so you said he was something and then you say I met them. Like first you started with singular, then you ended up into the third person plural. So it could have been supposed to be like the same. And you know, he was a good person and I met him, not met them. He and them. And then you said in 1920 he visited. Are you sure? You're that old?
Please.
1920 means you are 101 years old today. So are you that old? Maybe you are having some surgeries or something?
No.
So it was 2020 or 1920. I think that was part of the confusion perhaps.
Yes.
Anyhow, it happens. Moving on to part 3 now. I was missing major eye contact in part 3. You see, while I was looking at you, I was trying not to confuse you as much as I can.
Yes.
But when I was into you, you were mostly into maybe my globe or maybe something else. Maybe you want some candy or something. So that was missing. Eye contact is important as well.
Yes.
All right. And then the vocabulary, the major tag. I could not come across some uncommon adjectives to you as well. Whenever you are into the speaking part, uncommon adjectives should be added. For example, you say the food was delicious. Delicious is a common adjective. But you say the food was scrumptious, nail-biting perhaps, or maybe
Fabulous.
mouth-watering. So such kind of words also help you to get good bands too. Sorry, mouth-watering, you see, when it comes to food, so I'm a foodie. Epicurious person I am. Foodie is a common word. Then I say I'm epicurious. Appetite, curiosity, epicurious, clipping of 2 words. Anyhow, cohesion, that was missing. I could not find you connecting it. No phrases at all as far as this is concerned. In my opinion, well, I would like to see such kind of words were throughout missing. You were directly into it. You started giving the reasons without giving the hypothesis of it. For example, if you don't go to school, your attendance can be short. You were saying because your attendance can be short, like you were not giving me, you were giving me the reason,
Yes.
not why I want this reason. Okay, to cut a long story short, if you will speak like this into your real exam, I'm afraid, but you will be able to get, let's say, 5 because of fluency, or let me be generous with you, 5.5. But in order to improve it for all of you, if you are speaking like Usman, so in order to improve your speaking, make sure you speak the same tense in which tense the question is being asked. Number 2, try putting some uncommon adjective. Number 3, try speaking full length. Number 4, listen to yourself while you are speaking. Sometimes you see the question was different in his case, and he was answering differently. It's also good than staying silent and stopping it, but to longer extent, I won't say it was really efficient. So it could have been better in that way. Till then, Usman would say bye to you. Thank you very much for being part of this session, Usman.
But
Bye bye to you. I'll see you inshallah with some next videos. Take care. Bye bye.